Z is unique. When you create something in Z, you're talking about millions, if not more, of users touching your code. The mainframe actually runs the major component of the business world.
Are you eager to learn more about job roles in Z, but don't know who to ask? We'll bring in the professionals and let them tell us how things really are. Welcome to My Mainframe Job with a Program Director.
Hi, my name is Chakra. I am Program Director in System Z.
What is a Program Director?
It is a very important role that shapes the trajectory of our technology and would be a center point for receiving feedback, acting on that feedback based on customers' conversations, based on issues or things that we did very well in the field, and communicate that up and down and across with various other areas of IBM. So I would say a program director is the linchpin between the engineering levels and the first line management level and the executives.
How did you come to be a program director in the mainframe space?
I have been with IBM for over 20 years. And as you can imagine, 20 years of various roles from test engineer, architect, developer, project manager, operations manager, people's manager. So you accumulate all these skills to help you excel in a program director role. So it is a fusion of technical conversations or technical aspects and management aspects as well. I chose to become a program director in the mainframe because I want to have the influence on this enormous impact of this great technology in the world.
What do you like most about your job?
I think the answer to what I like most about my job may be consistent with most IBMers. What I like the most is about the people. I deal with day to day with the most brilliant people on earth. I'm biased, yes, I know, but it is true, and I say that in with the most genuine way. And day to day or hour to hour, I deal with the most brilliant people on this planet, and that's why I like my job.
What does the career path for a program director look like?
From a career path perspective, there are multiple ways to get to a program director or mid-level management. But the ingredients, the core must be strong. So one would have to have a strong technical background and a strong people's management background, project management, time management, and asterisk management, fill in the blank, to become a successful program director.
What does a typical day look like for a program director?
I don't know if that's good news or bad news. There is no such a thing as a typical day. One day you're dealing with some proposals for a big customer, or you're dealing with the next level of software, or then the change management. And the next hour, not necessarily the next day, would be dealing with maybe people's promotions or salaries or hiring or HR level stuff. And then maybe the next hour, you're dealing with a decision whether to ship this particular function or not. So it's a fusion between business, technical, people, and whatever else comes with the job.
How do you explain your job to friends and family that don't have a background in IT?
So most of my friends and family members do not get what I do on a day-to-day basis because of the pervasiveness of the various tasks. But they do know that when I come into the office and by the time I leave for that day, I've made a tremendous impact on their lives, given that they use the mainframe on a daily basis.
What is different in the Z world compared to other solutions?
Z is unique. It's not like I'm creating a phone app and within 20 minutes I would get 100 downloads and start high-fiving my friends and celebrating. When you create something in Z, you're talking about millions, if not more, of users touching your code. With that comes a huge responsibility. We are almost a perfectionist society as far as reliability and high quality.
Digital disruption, cloud computing, blockchain, AI, are these applicable to the mainframe?
The mainframe is the best home for blockchain, which requires the most secureable platform around. AI, which requires a massive data ingestion and massive amount of computing power. The mainframe is the best platform for AI. So last release, we introduced pervasive encryption. This upcoming release, we are introducing containerization, where you could have a Docker, for example, a Docker image natively in the mainframe, which would take advantage of all the accolades that the mainframe has that none other does, like the best securability, reliability, resiliency, etc.
What should customers know about the shifting perception of mainframe?
So the mainframe is thriving today. There are more MIPS being used today than ever been used in the past. Our customers, including IBM, are hungry for engineers and brilliant minds to join the mainframe world, to continue this disruption and to continue to push the envelope further.
Is there a synergy between mainframes and open source technology?
When one thinks of the mainframe, he or she does not necessarily equate the mainframe with open source or the open source community. I'll give you an example. Back in 1998, I was part of producing or developing a web server on the mainframe, and we adopted Apache, right? That's right now it's part of IBM HTTP server, and that was back in 1998. So certainly the mainframe plays a big role in the open source technology, and it's going to continue to do so. Also, we have the Open Mainframe project, highlighted by Zoe, that we launched fairly recently, about a year ago or so, and that is all about open source.
Can you describe the role of external communities for Z?
If I can roll back the clock and start as a freshman in the university, I would certainly start out learning faster and more about System Z. The technology is thriving, and the opportunities are endless. So from an external community, if you think about the massive number of mainframe users, whether we're talking about the banking industry, the insurance companies, the retails, the government agencies, they're all needing mainframe experts and mainframers. So if I would give myself an advice as a freshman in the university, I would start learning the mainframe from the beginning.
How important is knowledge sharing and academic initiative for Z?
I love the quote that says, "High tide lifts all boats." So knowledge sharing is when I teach somebody a technology and they understand it very well, and they come back and they challenge me and they make it better, and then we go back and forth. That's how the world advances. So technology sharing and knowledge sharing is imperative for any advancement, let alone the advancement of Z.
How do you maintain and manage a strong Z workforce with ongoing generational changes?
So we do have a generational gap. We have the mature workforce and we have the young generation experts who are coming together to design and develop the next set of System Z components. The good news we have is the teachers who spent decades in the technology are so motivated to pass along the knowledge and the experience to the younger family members, because they believe truly that this is the way to go. And from a nostalgic purposes as well, to have them continue what they started from one generation to another. So it does require quite a bit of planning and management to pass on the right skills at the right time and have the shadowing or the mentoring happen carefully and strategically in order for us to maintain our continuum.
How do you build a strong team of mainframe developers?
So a wise person once told me, culture eats strategy any day of the week. So building the culture of learning, building the culture of innovation, the culture of collaboration, genuine teaching and genuine learning is the right recipe on building a healthy and high-performing developers.
Are the mainframe technologies that different from everything else?
From a developer point of view, I don't think there are a whole lot of differences. Basically, whether you end up at low-level development or mid-tier, like C, C++, Java, if you will, or high-level, like UI development, say JavaScript, Node.js, etc. You need to establish that mastery of your discipline in order for you to become a successful mainframer. And that's not so unique with any other technology. But what is unique about the technology is our perfectionist mentality to have solid code, high quality code before it hits the customer's shop, because that's what the customers expect, and that's what the world expects, because the mainframe actually runs the major component of the business world.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to tell us in the comments which job role you'd like to hear about next.